Welcome second years. Today we are going to start your one act play which is known as The Sandbox, written by Edward Albee. It is a one act play. What is the meaning of one act play? One act play can be performed on a stage and it should be in a one performance, or you can say at one time it could end. That is your one act play. All the, you can say, characters would be on the stage, like coming up, going and all. How do you perform during your annual days or whenever you have your functions in the college, in the schools? How do you perform? In the same way, on the stage it could be performed in front of the audience. So there is no retake, no cutting of the scenes in between, no editing, nothing could be done. It should be whatever should be live performance could be there in front of the audience. That is your one act play. The whole stage would be used in one act play, not concentrated in the center. Mostly the people, or you can say most characters which are having a lot of influence into the play, they would be in the center, but the overall corners and every side of the stage to be used, proper lighting, proper mic arrangements, everything would be done. That is one act play. Normally it is performed in the theatres. Theatres are not those places where you watch the movie only. Theatres we have so many at Hyderabad, where open air theatres are there, where the stage performance, Ravindra Bharati, you can take one example of Ravindra Bharati. There the people can perform the plays on the stage in front of the audience. So here also this is one act play. The theme is very good. You can say one of the theme which being written for the American people, but now it is happening with Indians as well. So, okay, let us start the introduction of the author first. The author was Edward Franklin Albee. He is an American playwright. He is very famous playwright, and actually he has written many unconventional plays. Unconventional means which are not conventional, which are not traditional, which are having a little bit, you can say the other person can tell it to be an odd one, a unique one. So different type of the plays he has written, even though he has taken the themes which are very much related to the society, but the way of writing is totally different. You can find it out when you get the explanation of this particular one act play, The Sandbox. He is being known as the pioneer. Pioneer meant the person who started Theatre of the Absurd in USA. He has started the Theatre of the Absurd in USA, and he is the one who has organized many of the plays, and he is the one who has written many of the plays. So he was known as the pioneer because he was the one who has initiated. In this particular play, he showed the dark side of American materialism. What does it mean by materialism? Giving more importance to money. Money-minded. Materialism, giving importance to money rather than to the relations. So now you can relate it to our society as well, Indian society also, where we are giving more importance to money. We are judging the people by their status, financial status, and we like to have the friends, like to have a circle of our known people according to our financial status. You must have seen that people don't meet the relatives, those who are not in their, or you can say according to their financial status, they don't meet the needs, so they could be avoided. The poor relatives and the ones, those who are quite close to you, the middle class ones, the rich ones, separate categories of the relatives are there which we maintain. It's not for you, for me and all. It has become a, you can say, norm of the society. It has become very much normal in the society nowadays. What type of friends we are making, what type of, how do we maintain our relations with our relatives, that shows how the society has changes. Previously we are very much aware of our neighbors, The people, the neighbor, children of the neighbor normally spend more of the time in your home, in the other homes, compared to their own homes. But the neighbors are always ready to help. But nowadays what is happening? Neighbors are not bothering. Even we are not supposed to tell the other persons. We as neighbor also not bothering about the others. We rarely concerned what is that happening. If you can see any accident or anything or any quarrel on the road, many of the people become the spectators. They just want to watch what is that happening. Or maybe nowadays they started filming it out. With the camera they start filming it out. So they can make it viral, It's very easy task. Instead of trying to pacify them, instead of that becoming a mediator in between those two people who are fighting, why they are getting so angry on each other, try to help them reach to a solution. Instead of that, people are ready to provoke them, ignite them, or you can say instigate their emotions more, and they shout and they normally start making the video and all. This has become the, you can say, norm of the society, or this has become very much normal in the society, actually, which is not supposed to be accepted, because now it has now become, but previously in America it has started long back, because they don't care for their own family members. At least somewhere somehow we respect and care, we have to, but they don't care more of their family members. So he has written about that, the dark side of the American materialism, and how the traditional values are becoming completely removed. Erosion or removal, the same word, same synonym, it is, same meanings are there. The traditional values, if somebody is following the traditional values, people are ready to keep a tag on that person that he is or she is not updated. They are not modern. Modernism never being considered in your dresses, it is your thought. Modernism means thinking of doing progress, doing something, achieving something big in the life, doing good for the country. That is the modern thought. It is not related to the dresses. The dress you wear does not give you a tag how modern you are, how traditional you are. The traditionalism and modernism all comes under your mentality. How do you behave? You must have seen a very modely dressed person, in a very modern dress, but the person has the traditional values of obeying the elders, respecting the elders, wishing the elders, and giving them place, standing up for them, giving them his or her place. That shows these are the values. Maybe the dress is according to you, whatever the modernism is, but this is actually the values. So as much as you get education, you get a value of all these things. If you are not getting these values in yourself, if you are forgetting all the values, then the education is not teaching you anything. The education must teach you some morals and etiquettes, and you become more humble when compared to the other people. If you are getting more educated, you should become more humble. Here he wanted to say the same thing, and he has actually asked some of the questions which are very thought provoking, like the questions which are related to the even story. The parents, they sacrifice. Do they sacrifice or not? Yes, they sacrifice. Not only their sleep, not only their wishes, desires, but they sacrifice everything for their children, in upbringing of their children. Because every parent, after they becoming a parent, they forget about themselves. They only remember that they themselves don't think them as a human being. They not an individual. The father earns for the family, for the children, for the wife, and mother always does the work for the family, the overall, whatever the things she is doing, either for the whole in-laws or the husband or the children. So that means they lose their individual capacity, or you can say they lose their individual identification. They only remember themselves as the parent of so and so. They want you to do better. They always sacrifice. Just imagine it out. If a situation is there where a limited amount of budget is being, means you must have a limited budget, given a small amount, and instead of buying for themselves, normally the parents would buy for their children. They want to spend the whatever the hard earned money they have on their children, and mothers normally give everything, whatever, like suppose if you your favorite sweets are there or something, even though mother maybe she also like the same sweet, but she does not want to eat if you want to eat more. She wants to give her own part for yourself. That means she is ready to sacrifice. This is also counted as a sacrifice. So the parents are always ready to sacrifice everything for their children at that, for upbringing them. Even though they were young, when the children were too infant or toddlers, or you can say when slowly they are growing up, the parents were younger, but still they don't have their own desires in front of the children's. They always keep the children's desire first priority, then themselves. So how much, means whatever they do for you, they actually provide food, clothing, education, and help you to stand up in your future. Not only these four, the most important thing is that they provide you the mental security, the emotional security, even the physical security. They provide you a shelter where you live with all the emotions gratified by, like you love, the love you get from your family, the, you can say, appreciation. Whenever you get a simple, even if you remember your school days or even in college, if you get a good rank, if you get good marks, only in your normal class test also, if you get good marks, or if you get a good from a lecturer, teacher, you just want to go and share with your parent. And have you seen the brightness, the shine on their face? Must watch it out. Their eyes started sparkling. They get a shine in their eyes and they get a shine on their face, because they feel like my daughter, my son has achieved. They feel proud of your a simple good. They are the ones, those who feel more happy for you rather than anybody else. Not only parents, grandparents as well. If you are being lucky to have those at your home, take care of them. They are the ones who always get very much happy, and they are the ones who support you unconditionally. Whatever you do, they are ready to support you. So here is that these parents, they give you all these things with the manners and the etiquettes. They even bother about, even if suppose sometimes they scold you, or sometimes they deny you to give something, it is for your betterment. They want you to be grown up as a complete personality, total development they want for you. So that we cannot say only these four things, it is actually your psychological balance also being given the credit to your parents. Next, now when they grow old, as you are growing younger, the parents will grow old. So when you grow younger, when the parents are becoming older, who will look after them? Now the same mother who can able to do lot of things for you, who can do the multitasking. You must have seen your mother, especially cooking and doing the ironing to the clothes and doing these chores, that chores, everything. She does a lot of things. And if when she grows old, can she able to do the same things in the same speed, with the same energy? No, obviously the age affects. She can't handle all those things. So who should look after the old parents? It is not only about mother, it is about father as well. Because you must have seen that some of the old people, when they grow more old, they actually get a vibration in their hands. They could not hold the things properly. Their hands start shaking up. So sometimes it happens that they can spill the water, they can't control their actions. So you must have seen or heard that people shout at them, their own children. Is it right? The same parents who taught you how to hold the bowl, is it right to shout at them when they are unable to hold? Are they doing means like deliberately? Are they doing by their own wish and will? No, it is because of their ill health, or you can say because of their age. They have become so weakened up that it has become difficult for them to hold the bowl, hold the glass. So if you have seen younger ones, like you can say 2 years old, 3 years old, they too can't hold properly. If you give them a big bowl, they cannot hold it out properly because their hands are so small that they need 2 hands, and sometimes after getting caught hold in 2 hands also they can spill that bowl. So immediately what we say, such a young child, how can we give him? How can you give him that type of the bowl? He could not hold. The same way we have to treat the old parents when they become older. In the same way, because you can say old age is the second childhood. They become like that. It is not up to their wish and will, but they have the senses to understand. Maybe they can't speak right now, maybe they could not get the proper vocabulary, but they have the senses which can understand that how you are behaving with them. So he was asking the same question, like after doing all these, now who should look after the old parents? Either we have to treat them with respect, care, or we have to obey them, or we have to be send them to old age homes, and we have to think them as one of the burden. Now they have grown old, they are not they are good for nothing, they are now useless, so we have to send them to a old age home. Is it right? Or we have to wait for their death. Have you ever listened that any of the parent is wishing for the death of the children? Never, never ever. The parents are the ones who always pray for their better health, pray for their children's better health or future, everything. They always have something to be good for their children. They never say any curse, they never say anything bad about their children. Even the child would be the most, you can say, spoiled one, but still they never say. But about the parents, you could listen, many of the ones, those who have got irritated with their parents, those who have become so much irritated that they wish death for their parents. I'm getting so tired to take care of my old mother, father, whatever may be left. So, and I don't know how many years they are going to live. Is it the right attitude? Of course not, of course not. 1,000 times if I ask that, the answer would be of course not. Okay. So because after going through all this, after giving you all these, you have to treat the parent with the respect, care and obey them, rather than treating them as a burden and simply sending them to one of the old age home. Now the characters of this particular one act play. Here it is about an old woman who was ill treated by daughter. Normally people had a feel that only sons would ill treat the older parents. It is not the, remember it out, all the girls who are listening this, it is not only the responsibility of the son to take care, it is the daughter's responsibility also to take care of the parents. Daughters should not avoid the responsibility of the parents by saying that we are living in another home, how can we take care? No, it's your responsibility. Go to your parents' home, take care of them. Never say that it is only son's responsibility, not at all. You are also a child, you are also got all these things. Whatever they have given to the son, they have provided you. So, take care of your own responsibilities. Don't simply move out from the scene and say that I am a daughter, how could I take care? You can. If you want, you can. So the characters here is that it is about a woman who is being ill-treated by her daughter. The first character is an old woman who is of 86 years old. The next being given as not the name, it is one mommy. Mommy is 55 years, daddy is 60 years, and the musician. As I said, the whole stage to be used and all the characters have to be placed on the stage. So the next character here is the musician who has the instrument in his hand and who has to play the music whenever the direction would be given to him. And there was one another young man. The musician's age not being given, but it is being said as a younger person, not an older one, he is a younger person. And then one young man and who was of the 25 years old. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters are there. Out of these 5 characters, why they have mentioned especially an old woman, mommy and daddy? Because the author wanted to address everyone. He does not want a single name to be taken. He wanted to show the overall society. So any mummy would be there, any daddy would be there, any old woman, any grandmother could be there. So this woman is the mother of this mummy, not the mother of daddy. So don't think that it is one of the you can say age-old saga of television serials where daughter-in-law ill-treats the mother-in-law. It's not like that. It is the mother and the daughter, own daughter of the mother is not behaving properly with the old mother. Okay, so these two, mummy is the own daughter of this old woman. Okay, so overall we have 5 characters. Now in the next class we'll start how the one act play been staged and what is the actual story they wanted to show it to you in the one act play known as the Sandbox by Edward Franklin Albee. So by the time, take care, have a nice day.